and welcome to the Science Fantasy Experience. So, a good few years back I decided to make the decision that I would no longer buy and collect any more Lego. I've got some wonderful Lego pieces in the collection and I've collected it on and off my entire life. From the first random box of Lego that was a hand-me-down to various themes throughout the years with classic space and town and Paradisa. You know, they are some of my favourite bits and I'm lucky enough to have a couple of those pieces still in the collection. But after the Lego movie came out, I bought Benny's Spaceship and I was just like, this is to be the last, because I thought I'd go out with the big bang. It's such an incredible piece to have, Benny's Spaceship. It just beautifully homages classic space, and it was an incredibly fun build and super big. So that was it. I was like, yeah, I'm all done. I'm all good. Obviously not. I just keep getting drawn back into Lego, and this is the first bit I've had since then, and it's incredible. It is the Ninjago movie Garmadon's Mecha. I love sharks. I love shark monsters. I love mecha and robots. Boom! It's all put together in one. I've never even seen the Ninjago movie at all. I've never seen the Ninjago show. I couldn't tell you one thing about it. But what I can gather from this set is that Garmadon is the bad guy. And the fact that it just looks the most menacing mecha I've ever seen just proves a point that it is just, it's all villain, it's all bad guy for sure. But let's have a look at Garmadon to prove how sinister this bad guy is. So this is Garmadon. You know, I've never seen a double-bodied minifigure before, and this set has got some kick-ass minifigures. So you get Garmadon, who's dual-wielding his katanas, all the beautiful kind of, in some ways, he's more samurai for sure, and a really interesting headpiece, and a really sinister face. So yeah, Garmadon. And no bad guy is complete without a couple of henchmen for sure. So we have got Frank, who obviously he's a bad guy, he's a henchman because he's sporting designer stubble and an eye patch. That always means bad guy. You know, I've watched enough of the classic 60s Batman to know what a henchman looks like. And it just comes with this ridiculous fish sword, which is really, really cool, and combat fatigues. These are some stunning minifigures, and then you get the other henchman, which is Hammerhead, and he comes with oxygen tanks and a Hammerhead helmet, and what it would be is a fish with a warhammer. Sure, why not? I am so tempted to watch Ninjago just to give myself some kind of understanding to the thought process of how this is. I can only imagine that it's modern day ninjas fighting against samurais and future technology mixed in with, you know, traditional Japanese elements. If this is anything to go by, I can fully imagine that I'm going to enjoy Ninjago when I get the chance to watch it. Obviously, if you've got a couple of bad guys, you can have a good guy. You have got Lloyd. So obviously he's a standard ninja in the black and green garb, and he comes with a slightly different sword and a gold tassel. You know, these are some of the minifigs I've not really experienced in the last few years, really, just because I've been buying vintage. And obviously when I bought Lego Movie Benny's Spaceship, it was all classic space, and you got Rainbow Kitty. So yeah, these are just some really interesting minifigures to own. It comes with 2 other minifigures. It also comes with Nomis, a guy in a hot dog suit with a scared face. But it also comes with his cool hot dog stand. I can only presume that this plays a pivotal point in the movie, the fact that it gets inside a Lego set. It's really, really cool, just the intricacies of ketchup and mustard, and then a hot dog ready to be nommed. But this minifigure, this one coming up next, is possibly the greatest minifigure I have ever seen. It's like geek personified. This is Nancy. Nancy sports a pretty sweet braided haircut with braces, a hot dog from the stand, but an M-Tron t-shirt. I have not seen M-Tron since like 89, 90. You know, it was after Blacktron and Futron. It was the red and black and luminous yellow space thing with the magnets, but be sporting the logo as a t-shirt, it's incredibly cool. I'm sure the people designing it were just like, we need to drop in some M-Tron into this plot because it's too cool not to. It's one of the best figures I've ever seen. It's really, really cool. But I'm sure you haven't come here just to see minifigures. What we want to see is Garmadon Shark Mecha. It's incredibly thought out to give it that great white shark look, and it comes with a whole slew of moving parts. So it's actually got movable jaw done by a dial. Its claws also move up and down on the back. You've got some extra little turbines that move, propellers. And as I was building it, it was such a fun build. I just couldn't picture it coming together with the way that the instructions were done, because you had to do bits in various parts. And I was just like, where's this part going to go? I have no idea. And then obviously, like any good shark mecha, it needs to have propellers that turn, because obviously it's a VTOL. You know, if you want a mecha, a shark mecha, a shark monster mecha, it needs to be a vertical takeoff and lift, obviously. So yeah, you've got movable parts either side with this. It's such a fun, interesting Lego piece to have. Obviously you've got armoured batteries going on which are removable, and then you can grab Frank could be sitting in there having fully enclosed. So yeah, you've got Frank inside the artillery bubble. You know, it's kind of how like the World War bombers were. Just that added little bit of protection on the head. And obviously you've got movable periscope, and this part is removable too. So Garmadon can have it as a cockpit. I think it's unreal to enjoy a toy from not even seeing any of where it came from. It's actually a stunning Lego set, and I'm so pleased that it's made its way into my collection. Oh, I had forgotten, it actually has firing missiles. I've never seen firing missiles on a Lego set before. I don't think any of the space bits ever did firing missiles as a kid. Maybe they do now, but yeah, we have got one either side with super powerful springs inside, lost to the ether of the sofa. As I said, it's a really stunning visual piece to play with, to build and have on display. And as it is with the Science Fantasy experience, you know, it's as much about play as it is display. Garmadon's Shark Mecha. I've been Rudy's the Sue. Thanks for watching.